Hey guys, Mirrorman here. I just got back from a advanced screening of Ponyo, a Japanese animated film by Hayao Miyazaki, obviously Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, all that good stuff. Yeah, I actually got to go see the advanced screening, thanks to some voucher tickets from the club at university. What do I have to think? What do I think about it? It's a good movie. It's if you go into it thinking it's going to be Spirited Away, you'll be disappointed. But it's a good, solid movie. Basically, this entire video is just going to be me rambling on about the movie and trying to remember as much as I possibly can about it. So if you don't like that type of review, tough luck. Okay, let's get started on basically kind of going through the movie a little bit. It's been considered to basically be Japanese Little Mermaid, and honestly, I can't really disagree. There's even a point where it said if this doesn't work, she'll turn to sea slush, which is obviously the true ending of the Hans Christian Andersen or whatever that dude's name is novel, unlike that the prissy, toned down Disney version from when I was little. Basically, what starts off as this dude, I can't remember his name. I can barely remember any of their names. Sorry, it's hard to remember everyone's name on a first time you've actually seen the movie. Especially since it's an advanced screening and there's nothing really to say about it, name-wise. Basically, it starts out with this dude who was human trying to basically save the oceans. Basically, he doesn't like humans, even though he basically looks like a human himself. He has a daughter, who's a fish. Even though she has that cute little human, big-eyed, hooray thing, face going on. She swims out of his sub-ship thing while he's doing whatever it is he's doing. It's never really explained why she leaves. I guess she's just curious, a la Finding Nemo. Anywho, what happens is she kind of goes up to the surface, meets this kid named Sosuke, or Sasuke. They've kind of said both Sosuke and Sasuke, although it became Sosuke at the end. I think they were a little confused in the script. And of course, since it's Sosuke and Sasuke, me and my friends had endless Naruto and Sosuke Aizen jokes to go into it. This little 5-year-old kid finds her, catches her by the fish, in one of the funniest moments of the film. Basically, I guess the father evil wizard dude has these blobfish things that kind of take over water and basically form giant faces. It shoots up to him, and he kind of walks out of the water as it's getting to him, so it doesn't really do anything. And he notices the face, too. He sees it, and it's a funny sign. He says just with a blank expression, just goes, "Well, that was weird." And the entire theater laughed at that, because he's just like, "Well, that was weird." And he just kind of turns off and never mentions it again until it shows up later. Basically, when he finds Ponyo, she doesn't have a name yet, in a jar, breaks it open to get her out, and he cuts his finger a little bit. She licks his finger, and it's perfectly fine after her cut. And apparently, this leads to her being able to turn to a human. Whatever, it's magic. After that, the father tries to get her back, but, they're having fun. All that good stuff. And after a whole cock-up of Ponyo getting taken back by the evil wizard, opening his secret door of magic, basically, it's explained later that the father wants to basically flood the earth and fill it with life. And quite literally, he says, like the Cambrian period. Hooray, actual research. And basically, of course, we never get into the whole genocide of the human race because of that, but it's a kid's movie, just roll with it. And after she opens his door, she goes, in full human mode. She's a normal girl for the most part. She can walk on water and runs around really fast. And she's pretty hyper, but it's all good. But unfortunately, this causes the whole war-nature imbalance to flood the earth mostly anyway. What ends up happening is that the mother who works at a retirement home goes to help her coworkers and family members and leaves her son at their house. It's at the top of a cliff thingy, so it's perfectly fine. Again, plot convenience, but whatever. Of course, the dad's out at sea, because he works on a boat, and he hasn't been back lately. And one of the funniest moments of the film, basically, he calls the house saying he's on another boat, I guess it's like fishing, and he hasn't been back in a long time to begin with, so the wife is pissed, obviously. And when the boat passes by their house on the cliff, he signals to his son via, the spotlight thing. Like, light, 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 light. I guess it's like Morse code or something, because even this 5-year-old son, Sosuke, understands it. And so he basically goes, Dad says he's sorry, tell him to bug off. Does this bug off? And you see subtitles on the bottom, bug off. I'm really sorry. The wife and the husband have an argument via spotlight. That was actually pretty clever. And, another funny thing that's actually a plot point. It's actually flooding the Earth because the moon is getting closer. Yeah, that was the father's somewhat evil scheme. Bring the moon closer so the water levels continue to fuck up and flood the Earth. And, of course, once we figured that out, we had endless Majora's Mask jokes. Oh no, the moon's falling. Summon the 4 giants and all that funny shit. Basically, it kind of gets weird at the end, because it's just kind of like, oh, this is Ponyo. Ponyo is my friend. Hooray! Fun times to be had. La 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 la. Oh, it's raining badly. It doesn't really... It turns into one of those find the mother, or child tries to find his parents deal, which is fine. It's kind of stereotypical, but again, that's fine. Basically, it also suffers from kid movie logic, where he's going to find his mom on his little boat that Ponyo magically made bigger so they can float around with it, and all this, and all the citizens of the little town he's in, of course, they all survive. Kid movie. Now they're all going to this mountain hotel just because it's the only thing not submerged at the moment, and of course he says, "Oh, I'm going to go find my mom at the retirement home, which should be sunken by now." Oh, okay, have fun, and all the adults just let him and Ponyo go off, but. Massive child abuse. But whatever. And of course it ends with, oh, if he loves her, she'll be a human and the world will be saved, hooray, and all that good stuff. And of course it does, it's a kid's movie. The animation was nice. It's kinda very flat at points. There are some very nice, crisp colors at times, and there are times where it's just kind of people walking around and it's like, I am walking. But that's just kind of how Miyazaki tends to roll. The voice acting was okay. It wasn't great, but it was pretty good. Let's see. Matt Damon was in it. Matt Damon. If you've seen South Park. Sarah Palin, a.k.a. Tina Fey, was in it. There were some other voice actors in there, but nothing particularly remarkable. It's not like it's going to be Cowboy Bebop where everyone's going to remember it. Again, it is a Disney licensed film, but all in all, it's a really good kids film. I mean, but it's the good kind of kids film. It's one that everyone can enjoy as long as they're in the right mood for it. I mean, hell, even I enjoyed it. But basically, this is you look at this movie and you think this is the movie Disney themselves should be making. It's very straightforward, but it's involving enough to where you don't get bored. It has some great animation. It has good enough voice acting. The plot's, even if it's somewhat based off something else, it's unique enough to where it's not, oh, here we go again. And this shows that Disney has no idea what they're doing. Should be what Disney's doing. But before this becomes a Disney rant, I'll finish this up. Basically, if you're looking for a good animated movie, you can't go really wrong with this. Don't expect it to be Spirited Away. It's not even Howl's Moving Castle. I don't even think it's on that level. But it's a good film. If you have kids, definitely take them. Oh, and do you know what the best part was? Since it was an advanced screening, no previews.